I thought we could do our usual, some scales. And then we finally did the thumb positioning book, so I thought we could play French folk song together. And in the thumb positioning book, I don't know where French came from. And also, we started doing some vibrato stuff, so I thought maybe we could just do some elementary vibrato stuff, because I see sometimes you like to use vibrato. So it'll be a learning experience for both of us, since I can't really do vibrato. Okay, and then one more, just 16th note, so 3, 4. Do you know why I asked you to do like a regular bowing, just one, and then the eighth, and then the 16th? Because remember last class we were working a lot with the rhythms and how you would speed up your eighth notes. So one of the best ways to work on keeping in tempo when you have faster rhythms is just when you do your scales, do faster rhythms, but always remember to keep the same tempo and keep the same beat, because you can't just speed up whenever you want to, because then your music would be all over the place and there would be no point for having rhythms and notation, right? So that's just a good way to practice that. The bottom space is what?
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Off, I think.
Oh, well, yeah, that would be the bottom space. But I mean under the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So just go up your scale from there if you have to. If that's the way you need to do it, then that's how you do it, because you're not used to reading in treble clef. So until you get used to it, you can't just say, oh, that note's G, that note's an F. So do what you need to do to figure it out. So what's this one?
E?
Close. It's G.
Oh, I thought you were putting it together.
No. Oh, well, yeah. This is G, G, and then that one's B. And then you go back.
G?
Yep.
F.
Yep.
E. D. E.
Mm-hmm.
F. E.
Mm-hmm.
E. F.
Nope.
G.
Yeah, that was a line.
F. E.
Yes. All right, so let's just try that. And since this rhythm is kind of hard, why don't we just play this, just this one rhythm? I mean, one measure with the notes and the rhythm. What does it start on? This rhythm is ta, 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 ta. Just that measure. Just play that one measure. You're playing that. You're not holding the quarter note too long. It's almost a half note, but not quite. So it's ta, ta. So right before you're gonna keep going for a half note, you're like, no, I have to play the next note. So that's kind of how I think of it. Just think of it almost like a shortened half note. So ta, ta. So it's ta, 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 ta. Try that again with the notes. Yeah. Want to keep going? And then this one, if you were very close, just the same thing. Ta, 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 ta. And then this one has no slur. So let's see. Alright, let's try playing it together from the beginning. 1, 2, 3. So we both kind of sound crappy, but we played the right rhythms and pretty much the right notes. So since I don't play cello and I sound bad when I play it, why don't you try it one more time by yourself? Because I think you have it. You just need to. Good. I think you know this one, and you obviously like this one a little bit better, and you know it already.
Because I don't know the rhythms in that.
Yeah. But for this one, I think it's, again, remembering to
the notes. I don't know the notes.
Yeah. You just need to practice learning treble clef. Once you learn treble clef and knowing what notes are what, then I think you'll feel a lot better about it. And then you can focus more on the rhythms rather than, oh, I don't know the notes, what are they? Crap, I don't know the notes. Well, since we're almost out of time, why don't we just do real quick some vibrato exercises. So, what has Sandra done with you as far as vibrato, if anything?
She taught me a long time ago.
A long time ago?
Yeah, like 5th grade.
Oh, okay. So why don't you use vibrato more?
Because, like, when I'm learning things, I don't use vibrato. But, like, if it's, like, a concert or something, then I'll use it.
Okay. Well,
because I like to focus on, like, my everything else besides vibrato.
Well, vibrato is, if you're going to be a string player, you have to use vibrato. Have to.
I know, I only use it, like, concerts and stuff. Like, if I'm...
But how are you going to use it in concerts if you don't practice it when you're practicing?
Well, because it's, like, easy to do it. Like, it's hard to do it when you're practicing because I want to focus on, like,
I'm very fidgety today. Alright, I understand. But the best time, if you're going to, like I said before with the rhythms, the best time to practice vibrato is with your scales. So, why don't you do just a G major scale, and I want you to use vibrato on every note.
Okay.
You don't have to go that far. You can just do one octave if you want. You know what scale you turned?
No.
You started on G and then you turned it into a D major scale because you played C sharp instead of C natural. So let's try. Well, you're starting on D, right? So if you're doing a G major scale and you're ending the scale, what note do you have to start on? Why don't we just, yeah, there you go. Trying to be all fancy for our last lesson. Very good.
Today is our last lesson?
And today is our last lesson. And we are done with our last lesson.
No.
It was very nice meeting you, and I had